I'm Mary Gunn. I'm Mary Gunn Fun, founder and head professor at Fun University and your intrepid hostess too, Craft Roulette. This is episode 129. We're almost to have a Zero Hero event, aren't we? Once again. Welcome. This is the ultimate card making paper. I changed it. This is the ultimate paper crafting card making game show challenge that we do every Friday night right here on Craft Roulette's YouTube at 6:30 Central Time, and you are always welcome. We aren't going to sell anything. We're not going to teach about anything. We're just going to talk and find out what we're going to make, because we don't know what we're going to make yet either. If you were here early to see this slideshow, bravo, everybody that was involved, all 153 of you. I know it's 154, but mine count. So, 153 of you sent in a card. That is remarkable. And they were all so good. I was a little worried about the unusual color parameter. You guys were like bosses. You're like the parameter bosses anymore. I tell you, it's wonderful. We are going to celebrate our achievers this week, but that was our tailgate slideshow. You can see all of those beautiful cards at your own pace over on craftroulette.live. I would do that if I were you, because they're really good. Do you remember the little truck with the shaker part in the tailgate? That was made by our guest tonight, which we're going to bring on in just a minute. So hang on. If you also did I say hang on several times now? I hate that when I do that. When I think of a word, I say it a couple times, and then it comes back, and I say it a couple more times in the same 5 minutes. It's so totally Bush League. It's not professional. But then again, I'm not professional. I'm totally Bush League. So have at it. This week we did have 153 cards sent in, and we have 2 process videos. So if you go over to craftroulette.live on episode 128, you can see all those things, and they're very, very good. Very, very good. I highly suggest that as well. I know I said that before. We have spin sponsors this month. We have 3 September spin sponsors for giveaways. We have Prickly Pear. We enjoyed Sharon so much last week. She wrote a poem about Craft Roulette. If you didn't see that, holy smoly, it was really cute. Love it. Heffy Doodle, I watched them today on a live. It was so cute. They've got these darling little Scottish accents. And My Sweet Petunia, the home of the Misty. So those are all going to be giving away gift certificates at the end of the show to those who have sent in a card from last week. Now, you have seen the spin sponsors, and you're going, well, I want in on that. Well, you can. We're going to show you how later in I keep saying later in the show. L-I-T-S. L-I-T-S. Does that Litz? Later in the show. Litz. We're just going to go to the Litz and let you have at it. But it's all for the people that send in the card the week before. So plan on sending in a card this weekend, and you will be eligible. That's not a bad deal. We are not sponsored here at Craft Roulette by our sponsors. We are generously sponsored by the pledges of our patrons. We do have a Patreon account. It is under Mary Gunn Fun. Imagine that. That's my professional name. See, I told you I was Bush League. My professional name is Mary Gunn Fun. And I have had to say that, and when people say, well, your email, and I say Mary Gunn Fun, and they're like, that's kind of a dumb email name, but that's what I have, and it's my professional Bush League professional name. So, but we are sponsored by our patrons, and we really, really appreciate you. We will be showing all of your names at the end of the show. We do want to welcome 3 new patrons this week. We have Vanessa Bazard, Kim Farrick, and Karen Fritz. Thank you guys for joining us. It's a pleasure to have you in our little group. It just is wonderful. We have a private blog, which I try to keep full of great fun. I don't know, but you know what they really like? They like that they have an extended period where they can send in their cards till Thursday night instead of Sunday night. More about that later in the show. New feature on our Patreon is our card exchange. Now, here's the thing. This is a confusing thing because we have Mr. Producer. He does difficult things makes them look easy. He does all this programming. And so while it is a Patreon feature, you can't find it on Patreon, our Patreon blog. You have to go to our website. I feel like I'm doing the Singing in the Rain dance. But you have to go to our website to Patreon Extras. Log in, and then you will see card exchange. Probably that's what it is, card exchange. And you have to agree. There's like 3 or 4 levels of security, so people won't find out who you are. It's very, very top secret. But, what but? Oh, but Mr. Producer is over on the other side of the table, and he's the one that does all the programming and all the fancy stuff that I don't have to do because I'm a simpleton pro bush leaguer, and he's the producer. So anyway, but you can sign up and you can send cards to our other Patreon friends. I have 4 envelopes already over there. I'm pretty excited about it, and I look forward to sending them out in the mail. So if you have any questions, if you are a Patreon, or if you're on our Patreon, just ask. We'll be happy to help you with that. If you like my shirt, you might like to look at some merch. Maybe it's getting cold in your neighborhood. Maybe later in the night it will be cooler and you would like a new shirt. Maybe a great big shirt to sleep in so you have happy spinning dreams of wheels and robots and spoons and crafting. It could happen. We would be happy to know that you are having sweet dreams in a Craft Roulette shirt. That is our merch, and it's all down there and below. Okay, here we go. Let's bring on this girl. See, she's still here even after all that. Later in the show, she won't be, but anyway. Welcome to the wheel the second time, Kendra Morgan from Florida. Woo!
Hello.
They love it. They love it. Welcome back. Second time. How are the nerves?
Much better this time.
It's good. That's good. It is a little bit daunting when you get that introduction and all of a sudden you're there and you're the spotlight. Ah! Right?
Yeah.
For those who don't know you from Kendra's Card Challenge, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself, please, ma'am?
Okay. Well, I've been paper crafting for, a long time, but mainly for the past 8 years when I became a teacher after I sold my business. And I recently created, I guess in the past 2 years, I've created a card challenge where you can turn 6 sheets of 6-inch by 6-inch pattern paper into cards, a bunch of cards. And so I love pattern paper. I said this the last time I was on. I use it pretty much in every card that I make. And I wanted a way to use up every piece of the sheet and not waste anything. So I created the card challenges, and it's a lot of fun. We do this quarterly, and at the end of the quarter, anybody that wants to play along can submit a picture of their cards and win prizes. So it's a lot of fun.
It's real good. It's real good. And if I could follow instructions, I would do it every quarter. But I am so, oh, look, there's a squirrel. What was I doing here? Oh, I think I was working on something for Craft Roulette.
There's a lot of creative freedom. You don't have to follow the sketches exactly.
Yeah,
So.
yeah. No, they're great cards, too. We have several people that have joined us from your challenge. I think Sire came from your challenge. And if you are in the chatterbox, hey, by the way, hey, I love seeing you guys. Just let us know that you have gone to Kendra's Card Challenge several times. I know Cordelia also is involved with that. So just say hey over there and give her some thumbs up and say yay for Kendra's Card Challenge. It's a good thing that challenge doesn't start with a k sound, or I could get really... Anyway, you started school. You are a teacher.
Yes.
And you started school and you look fresh.
I look fresh. I normally don't look like this on a Friday night, trust me.
Okay, I feel a little better because when
Usually
I would be
sleeping on the couch right now while watching Craft Roulette. Excuse me, I shouldn't say that.
dozing in and out,
watching down.
Hey, I hear you. I feel better now because I remember when I worked Monday through Friday. By Friday, I was dragging, and it was come home, put my jams on, and go comatose. So I go comatose with us, chatterboxes. It's okay if you're dozing in and out. We'll be here for the evening. But yeah, I'm okay. I feel better because you look great, and I was thinking, man, what is she doing that I need some of that? So anyway, last time you had some okay parameters. You wanted an A2, you got a matchbook, you wanted florals, you got a quilt. It was kind of a funny one, but you did a beautiful quilt, and you got to use your pattern paper.
Yes, I got to use my pattern paper, but my die did not want to cooperate.
It was giving you heck. It really was. But you persevered, and you made it, and you've learned from it, and we've all learned from it. It's a learning experience, Craft Roulette. We have changed so much since the early days. So much. Even when you were here in February, we've already changed. Yeah. As a matter of fact, we now have the slideshow before the show, and then we have the achievement board during the show. And we're going, because we like to celebrate a lot here at Craft Roulette, so we have our achievement board that we're going to celebrate. But you were going to ask me a question first.
What is Craft Roulette?
She learns well, doesn't she? Nice. We'll be right back after this. Welcome.
What is Craft Roulette? Craft Roulette is a live paper crafts challenge show where the goal is to complete a project that has been randomly selected by the spin of a wheel. There are 4 categories we spin for: project, colors, element, and random. Each category has 24 possible options with a combined possibility of 331,776 unique projects. Whoa. We're live every Friday at 6:30 p.m. Central on youtube.com/craftroulette. Please like and subscribe. Each week we bring on a special guest crafter to create along with us and share their unique take on the challenge. You can play too. Complete a unique project of your own using the same 4 parameters set in this episode. You'll have 48 hours to contribute by submitting pictures of your project through the submission form on craftroulette.live. Contributions are featured on marygunfund.com's weekly episode blog and the next episode. Let's recap last week's episode and submissions.
No, there we are. We just had a bunch of buttons. Oh, Mr. Mike, what were you doing? You were just out snoozing, weren't you? There he is. It's all Mr. Mike's fault. Hey, by the way, I put changed Mr. Mike's clothes. I put a nice little a little tog on that has the alphabet since school started. I do have our little Scottish shield there for when Heavy Doodle comes on, and I did put a little jumper from the UK on him, even though it's hot, because I did his mouth. I did. I did. Because Marianne Hill made us this little tog from the UK, and we do want to remember that we are thinking about you guys in your loss. So, last week, we got 154 contributions, and that brings us to a total of 9,080 cards. That's a whole heck of a lot. We were talking today about wonder when we'll go to 10,000. Won't be too long, I don't suppose. But look at you guys. Our Europe group is growing, and there's people all over scattered around the edges of Australia. And Canada, you're strong. U.S., you're strong. We appreciate each and every one of you taking some time making a card using the parameters, the 4 parameters that we're going to talk about in just a second, and joining us, because it's just very special to see your cards come in. I try to comment on all of them in our Facebook group, which you are welcome to join. That is dialed down in the description. I've hit my limit, though. I have discovered I can't do that anymore. So I try real hard, but forgive me if I don't get a kind comment to you. So that was last week. Our parameters were... We had an A2 size card. That means it's not on the board this week. We had to use the colors of the sunflower field, which basically were yellow, orange, green, dirt, and sky. We had to have something happy. So you will see when you go back to review those cards, if you want to, you can see how people used happy. They either could use it in a sentiment or something that made them happy, or some image that was happy. It's all very wonderful how you use these things. And then we had to throw in our teaser, as someone called it, the unusual color, which was kind of, you did it though. I thought for a while, oh, they're going to fuss about that. But no, you didn't fuss. You did great. I made purple pumpkins. That was my unusual color, and that was my card. All those little happy gnomes. Sharon Ware was here from our spin sponsor, Prickly Pear, and she made this gorgeous card. It was a poinsettia, and so she made it green. And so that was her unusual color. And she fussed at it a little bit, and then she remade it a little bit, and it was fun to have her on. But really, the poem that she wrote was just fantastic, and it really was... She understood how Craft Roulette works. But we thank you so much, Sharon Ware, for being a part of the show and being a spin sponsor this month. Hang on, let me get a little drink. Our achievement board celebrates different things. We have our first timers that we want to welcome and say hi to. We have our 0 heroes, which are the people that have sent in at least 10, 20, 30, 40 kind of cards, all ending in 0. And we have our leading ladies. Those are the top 5 lead card submitters for the week. And then we have Club 52. Hey, by the way, we have a new club. We're always doing something. Anyway, we have a new club called the Mug Club. That's Mug Club. Yes, when you send in 100 cards, we are now giving a special mug card, or special mug. I should make one for myself. I have sent in 100 cards, and then I could show it to you. But it's we have sent out 2 now. We have sent one out to Patty Beck and one to Ellen Card Monkey Jarvis. So anyway, it's very fun to have 100 cards is a ton. So thank you. Anyway, we do have somebody new to Club 52. That means they have sent in at least a year's worth of cards. Woo! That's a lot of cards. Let's see who's on that achievement board this week. We'd like to welcome Brenda Ireland from Illinois with her pretty card, Unusual Clouds. Clara R. from Europe sent in her beautiful shaker card, Butterfly, and that outstanding. Michelle from Fort Myers sent in a card for the first time. Very pretty. Natasha R. from South Australia sent in this good-looking card. Happy little bees everywhere. And Kristen from Oslo, Norway sent in this great kitty cat card. We always love kitties. And Supreme from Ontario sent in this cool card. Looks like there's some shenanigans going on in that forest. First timer Penny L from West Virginia sent in this cute little card. See how it's so different. Vicky E. from Washington sent in her 10th card. She is a 0 hero. Well done, Vicky. Megan from Illinois sent in her 10th card, which makes her a 0 hero. First time. Heather Huang, however, jumped up to 50 cards. Whoa. Well done. And go Chiefs. Yeah, we're Chiefs fans. Lena Marie from Parkville has sent in 60 cards. We love you, Lena Marie. Jackie Muller from South Australia is tied with another leading lady with 89 cards. Cute sentiment. She is tied with Smurf Murphy with 89 cards from California. Leading lady Kathy Herring is just solid as can be. She has sent in 93 cards. Getting pretty close to being... Oh, I got those flipped. And 5K Lamone has sent in 95. 5 more. 5K. 5 more. Ellen Card Monkey Jarvis has sent in 105. Most of these are all consecutive, too. They've never missed a week. And Patty Beck has sent in 123 consecutive cards. Yes, those are our 2 mug clubbers. And new to Club 52 is Lisa Hall from Alabama with a darling card. Thank you, Lisa Hall. Really appreciate each and every one of you. Oh, I got something to say. I thought that was Vicki Emerson. The Vicki E that just hit milestone 10, that is the 0 Hero 10, was the first person to ever send in a card to Craft Roulette, and it was on episode 2. So you don't have to do it consecutively.
You didn't ask. You just did it.
And we didn't even ask for a contribution. She just did it because she's awesome that way. And I thought that was her. It just said Vicki E. from Washington. I thought that's got to be Vicki Emerson, but it is. So Vicki Emerson, brain nog kisses to you, young lady. That's so great. Yeah, you started all this. No, it's good. It's good. So anyway, pick it up when you can. We'd love to have your cards because you all have something to offer. Something is unique and inspirational that somebody else will go, dang, that's cute. I want to try that. And then, that moment when you see something on the internet and you go, oh, I got to try that. You run over to your desk and you try it. I love that. If you have never sent in a card, don't be intimidated. You saw those 7 people that were first timers. It's tricky. I mean, it's like, oh, what if they don't like me? Well, we will like you. And if it's really just ridiculous, we've never taken a card off, I don't think, have we? I guess there's a first time for everything. But also there's we want to welcome back our 5-year-old junior crafter, Nartika, for sending in a card. She hasn't been around for a while, and so it's fun to have our little 5-year-old. She sends in good stuff, though. Man, she's good. Well, thank you all. And Kendra, are you ready? She's ready. Let's bring her back, Mr. Producer. Mr. Producer, I was writing down Mr. Producer today, and he said he was saying something about our spin sponsor, My Sweet Petunia, and I wrote Mr. Petunia. So it was just, I think I'm not a multitasker anymore. I don't know if I ever was. Maybe that just meant I did a lot of things poorly at one time or something. I don't know. So you said you have a student in the chatterbox.
Yes. Hi, Kydelyn.
And she was telling the people that you teach high school.
Yes. This year I'm actually teaching 3 different subjects. So I'm different than what I had last year. So I've been a little busy. I haven't really had much time to craft or do YouTube videos or anything. But this year I'm teaching business entrepreneurship, accounting applications, and computer applications.
Well, you should be good at entrepreneurship.
Yeah, I've got that one down, and the accounting, because I used to be an accountant also. It's not a big deal. It's just a lot. 3 preps is a lot.
Yeah, I can imagine. Well, welcome to, maybe she'll school us. Do I need to hold up my hand or anything? Pardon me, I got choked up. trying to get out of school. Used to work pretty good. Anyway, I can always... We homeschooled, which was... It was early on, and we homeschooled, but it was... The first time this happened in our homeschool, one of the kids held up their hands to ask me a question. I was like, why? Oh, don't say a word. I think this is okay. And so I just let him do it. It was like, wow, that's a good idea. We are going to bring the parameters on to see what we have to work with tonight.
All right.
There they are, those little rascals. We're going to take one from each of those columns: project, colors, element, and random, and we're going to put something together. I'm not sure what. Every week, we look forward to making art projects out of those 4 parameters, and it is up to us to interpret those parameters how we see them based on our styles, our interests, what we're thinking about, our supplies, and all of those kind of things. It's never the same. It just freaking never is the same. And even when we have 154 cards, they're not the same. So it's pretty phenomenal to watch. We also have our patrons, like we said earlier, and they get to veto 3 of those parameters. That means that the wheel cannot make us do those 3 things. As you'll see after we get this spun, if you think you can fit those vetoed items into a card based on the parameters we do get, you're welcome to do it. So, the patrons for color said they are not so big on dusty hues, number 13. For element, they said pass on the beverage, I'm just fine, I don't need a drink. And for random, they said no ombre, number 1. Not this week, at least. Now, like I said, if we get something such as in random, we get confetti, and you want to put ombre in the background of your confetti, it's fine. Or if you want to put ombre on an element, it's fine. It's just that the wheel can't make us do it. We like to boss him every once in a while, right before he bosses us. So, Kendra, we give you a chance. Last time you vetoed abstract blobs. Would you like to veto something this week?
I was torn, but I think I'm just going to see what happens. I don't think I'm going to veto anything this time, even though
She's back in school and feeling brave.
I have never made several of those project cards, but hey,
you're just in front of a few people. We're just all sitting around one big table. It's no reason to be nervous. So we'll just make them together. If we get something. Which one scares you the most?
Probably the purse card.
That darn purse card. You sure you don't want to veto it?
Oh.
Yeah, you'll get instant fans if you do.
Okay, yeah, let's veto purse card.
Okay, all right. And the cheers went up. Give her some love, see? They're just like, no! Nope, Ellen wants it. Veto, veto, veto. Danny DeVito. All right, well, let's give this a warm-up. Yep, see, Allie says that, a girl. Hearts from Deanna. Blah, blah, blah. Thank you from Val's Art Lounge for project. Let's see, no purse card. Boy, they love you now. Instant fans. Just add water. Outside, inside. We're going to talk about all these things in just a little bit, so don't get worried yet. Colors. You like coral. You're Team Orange. Team Coral, but Team Orange. Any colors. Oh, well, there you go. I love that. Yay. An element. What are we going to do for an element? I know, the poor little unwanted purse card. Maybe he'll find a friend for Christmas. 22. Critters. Oh, that's a sweet one. And random. Almost all of us have some kind of critter stamp. 22. Foursquare. Okay, Foursquare. Inside, outside, any colors. Boy, I think you did okay. I think Mr. Wheel has a crush on you. I think he said, man, she just started school. She's teaching all these different classes. I think we need to go kind of easy on her. We're going to talk about each one of these. Inside, outside, inside. So there's me. I make these things up. And when I make them up, they make a lot of sense. And then I sleep. And then I'm not sure if they make any sense anymore. But then I hope they make some sense. But when I put that on there, I thought, okay, something that is out on the outside of the card and something that's on the inside of the card. That would work. But that's only one interpretation. It could also be, now that we know what we have, critters, you could also have critters on the outside of something and critters on the inside of a something, like a barn or a nest or something along those lines. What is going on in your little teachy brain? What?
Well, initially I was thinking just decorate the outside of the card and put something on the inside, but since there's critters, I might want to do a critter outside and then have a house where that would represent inside.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sure.
I know. It reminds me of Lydia Fiedler's card where she did the hole and she had chicken wire on the outside and then she had a chicken on the inside. So that was really cool. It'll be fun to see what people come up with. Outside, inside, you could have a chrysalis for a butterfly and a butterfly outside the chrysalis too. And it would be a critter. We've had butterflies. I think Jama used butterflies one time as a critter.
Zoo.
Yeah, under zoo. Butterfly. Yeah, well, that's a critter. It's living.
Gosh, I have
What's a critter? Something that lives. So there are some things that you can do on outside, inside. You can do some extra flaps too for some interesting things. Of course, these people will have till Sunday night or Thursday night, so they could be pretty remarkable. But yeah, so outside, inside the card, outside the card, inside a house, outside the house, inside a car, outside a car, all sorts of things. It'll be fun. This will be a fun one, especially in the gallery. I think people are going to have fun with it. Any colors? Well, there you go. Don't even have to talk about that, except which ones do you think you'd go to first? Coral and blue, I know, are some of your favorites, right?
Yeah, I guess it would depend on the critter that I picked.
Well, we had unusual colors last time, and it was fun.
Yeah, I love that we have any colors because, man, that's great.
That doesn't come up very often.
Yeah,
I don't know how often we've had that, but it wasn't very often. Critters, do you like the lawn fawn kind? Do you like realistic kind? What kind of
goofy looking stuff, I guess. So I'm leaning towards something to tie in the Foursquare.
Okay, and then Foursquare. So you think Foursquare and inside outside may be the trickiest?
Probably. Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I don't think this is going to be bad at all. I just have to get all my thoughts together and make sure I have what I need.
Foursquare doesn't have to be like the main focal panel background or anything. You could have little four squares as a little embellishment that you little snips of paper. Your pattern paper, you could use multiples of four squares. You could have 4 times 4 squares. I don't want to do math. You probably don't mind doing math. 4 squares of window panes is really good. Just literally drawing 4 squares. Rosie, probably who is on vacation, probably a great idea. A 4-square window shaker is Wonderful Shacks. I like it. 4 square can be a knot. Oh, Ellen Jarvis. Oh, what you do. Oh, how you think. Yeah, any color, black and white too. I guess so. Yeah. Hate to waste it just on black and white when we only get this every once in a while. But okay, all right. So you're pretty good thinking you got a card slightly in your brain.
I'm trying to narrow it down. I've got a couple of ideas, but that's the problem. Last time I had like when I got quilt, I was like, okay, I'm
That's
good.
it.
But now,
Right?
now I have lots to pick from. So
Maybe the thing you come across first.
yeah, whatever I can find first is what I'm going with.
It's not a bad plan. Gingham pattern paper for Foursquare. Four squares can mean meals. Foursquare meals. Foursquare game. That was one of the only games I could play very well at all. And it's mostly because I didn't have to move. I could just stand there. 4 critters in a ball, like recess. I like all these ideas, you guys. Who's going to craft with us? Are you getting your mojo or your stretchy pants stretching? I think we're good. I think we're going to have some beautiful cards and cute as can be cards.
Yes,
So, all right. Well, while we get our supplies, Miss Kendra, we get to listen to an ad, an infomercial about my favorite university. Fun University. Carry on. Do you find crafting hard? Are you stuck on one of those pesky parameters? Do you feel like the wheel is watching you while you craft? We have the solution for you. Hi, I'm Mary Gunfun. While I'm busy gathering my supplies, I just wanted to tell you about my other YouTube channel, youtube.com/fununiversity. We break down the parameters and talk about them at a more in-depth level. We also pick one tricky one to concentrate on and do a deep dive into it. But that's not all. We do our mail call every week on the channel as well. So if you wanted to send me a card or a package, send it to this address and I'll share it on the show. We're live almost every Tuesday night on youtube.com/fununiversity. We also do some celebration there because we will review our last week's achievement board. That's youtube.com/FUNN-University. No easy or complicated payments, no COD. Just show up and have fun. If you have too much fun, please call a friend immediately and invite them over to have fun with you. Normal postage and handling rates do apply. This ad was not paid for by anybody. We hope Mary is ready because I can't stretch this out any longer. Now back to the show. I'm back. You caught me working. So, I have my inside outside thing down. And I'm going to use some little real easy butterflies to deal with. And I'm going to have some little squares, I think. And then I'm going to maybe like black and white on the front. And then you open it up and underneath there will be colored versions of it. Oh, how artistic. Maybe disaster, but I think it'll be okay. We'll see. Time will tell. I've never made a card like this. Stretchy pants on. I got mine stretched to the max, Melanie Floy. Tell us when you're ready there. But take your time. You're just fine. I will just entertain myself because that's what I do most of the time. Don't forget the square. Yes, I was thinking squares. I may just use very small squares. Maybe very small squares. I might just stencil some in. Stenciling is pretty. I might just stencil this part with squares. The brain is working. Any 4 colors. Or any colors. Okie doke. Those would look butterfly-ish. You like the stencil idea? I do too. I'm just trying to figure out where to put them. Like right here. But I was going to have these guys be black and white. And then these guys be colored. How many 4 squares? How much is... That's... Look at her try to do math. 5 inches, 5.5 inches. We can just forget the half inch. We'll just put 1/4 of an inch at the top and the bottom. And then you just have 4 1-inch squares, right? That seems kind of simple-ish. Do I have 4 1-inch squares? Shazam and caboozles. Hey, Buell, how are you? If you are new to us too, please say hi. We'd love to meet you. We've got some really nice folks here. Mask off your butterflies and then stencil. That's a good idea, Vicki. It sounds difficult. Let's see. Let's try that, though. We'll just try it. You completed the card just as the last spin. Oh, and it fits all the parameters, Buell. What a night for you. And you're up so late. She's in Sweden. Unless you've come over to the U.S. Are you visiting us? I know. It says bowl. That's very cool. I don't think that would ever happen again. You're fine. You're new here, Vicki? I didn't think I knew your name. Well, welcome. It's very nice to have you. Then I think I only have room for 3 butterflies. Okay, here goes nothing. You're home. Here we go. It's just paper, Mary. Just paper. Whoops. Here we go. Well, so the form is open already, isn't it? So, Buell, you can go ahead and upload you'll be the first one. You can go ahead and upload your card with those parameters. How about that? You know, this looks so cute in my brain, even though it's not finished. We'll see. We'll see. This is an ancient butterfly stamp, Lynn. I have used these so often because they're so stylized and easy. And they're ancient. I have no idea how long I've had these. Probably about 2010 would be my guess. That's pretty long. I think I need a little something. Okay, I think we're getting her back. Hey, Carol. There she is. There's her hands. Well. Oh, I've seen that stamp before. I like that with I think you're going to do a 4 square. You want to walk us through your plan?
I'm still trying to decide if I want to do just one since I've picked out this. My son's birthday.
You want to pull that over a little bit to your trimmer side so we can see it? Oh yeah, sorry. Thanks. No, you're fine. It's hard to know everywhere to look. Okie doke. So, to use 1 4 times or 4 1 time?
Well, if I use this, there's definitely 4 squares on here.
Yes. So that would be out of the way.
Yep, and I was thinking of cutting out a square so that you could see like stamping this on the inside for outside inside, but you can see it from the front of the card.
Yeah. Or you could do, I'm kind of cheating by using a half fold or a partial front card. And so that you're working with both the inside and outside at one time. I guess. Something like that.
I like that, but I don't know if I can fit this on here.
Well, maybe one then.
Oh.
Could you put your stamped image on the inside and
That's
put
what
a
I was
hole?
thinking.
Is that what you're saying? Like just a die cut?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cutting
So
a
it's kind of
square.
a window.
Gonna have to find a different square die because I don't think that fits. I think it's a little. That'll work.
I was just laughing because of last time's die. I was going,
You're
oh
like,
no,
no,
she's not gonna get
die.
vexed by her die again. No. She doesn't need that. It's the first week of school.
We've been in school since August 10th.
Oh, it's not your first week. Oh, August
No,
10th. Man,
like
you guys start early. That is remarkably early.
Should have had all this
Right.
like prepped, but yeah.
You're all right. I know that you don't like to talk while you're cutting. So we'll let you have a little bit of peace here. We're going to switch your audio anyway, so it's a good time not to have you talk. Your autocorrect doesn't recognize fun, Deputy Heidi? Mine when I write fun, it always offers FUNN in all caps. But I probably write it a few more times than you have.
Yeah, don't worry about it.
Well, now I can't hear you.
Just a hunch. Oh, yeah, we can hear her better now.
I can barely hear you because I'm on a different device, but do I need to turn it up?
All right. I don't know. Any four colors. I can make. I think I'll be okay. I do like the idea of a mask, so thank you for that suggestion.
All right, let me cut this out. I'll be right back.
Now, I am hoping that when I get off tonight, I go to the Patreon Extra blog and see all sorts of new card people. I bet I will. I'm really glad I didn't have to go back to school this fall. It autocorrects for skewt. Skewt is a craft roulette word that is a hybrid word for so cute. Skewt. Just make it a little shorter, kind of like Litz is now later in the show. I think that's right, isn't it? Later in the show. Litz, yeah. I think that sounds like a direction that a director would give. There we go. Look how cute those are already. I don't want to add color. I like it just like that, but I will add color. Okay, so squares. Let's look through this and see what we have for squares.
Now I'm going to
Square stars. That wouldn't work. Nope, 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 nope. Nope, 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 nope. Hexagons. Nope, nope, nope. I've been thinking too with this cloud stencil, you have the cloud stencil, but it would make a great little, some snow, I think. Ooh, here, this one I could go this way and then make it that way and it would make lots of squares, I think. Let's see. Let's try it. While Kendra's working on her little thing, we will do this. I think it will work. Gotta get a brush. Oops. Okie doke. I have seen some butterflies lately. That's kind of what I was thinking about them. Oh, those new smartphones. This is kind of up the same alley as the gingham idea. I think it'll work. I think. What was smart thinking? Oh, my phone's pronoun is they. There we go. Well, that's one way. See, this will make with Foursquare, you don't have to just have 4.
Nope.
It
just has to meet the parameter.
It just has to meet it. It can't exceed it.
Or exceed it, yeah.
But it can't be below it.
Well, I have lots of squares.
Yes, you do have lots of squares. You're square rich. There's one of those My Sweet Petunia Misties. How long have you had that one?
I don't know. I guess about
Looks like it's been used a lot.
It's been, yeah. I don't change out my paper until it's like completely. I'm gonna go with monkeys.
Oops, that guy was almost flying upside down.
Never used the stamp set before.
Well, as I recall, you like that. You like using new stamps.
I do.
Mm-hmm. So that's good.
I'm gonna make sure I put this in the right place.
So what do you think your kind of stamps that you use most are? Which ones are the ones that you go to most often?
Mm-hmm.
Florals? Back to florals?
Probably florals, yes.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I have been making quite a few birthday cards, so like balloons and things like that too.
Oh, okay.
All right.
Do you do the fancy shadowing and things like that on the balloons?
No.
No.
I'm limited on time, so I try to keep it simple.
Right. Gotcha. Nothing wrong with that. This could be easier, Mary Gunn, if you employed a pencil. You have a pencil, use a pencil. How did you decide that you wanted to work with high schoolers? Because that seems like a tough decision.
Well, I started out teaching middle school.
Oh, well, you'd want to get out of there as fast as you could.
Whenever a position opened up at the high school, I was excited.
Mm-hmm.
So I like it better than middle school, that's for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Not that middle school is bad.
No, my dad was in middle school for 30-some years. It's probably the only reason he could tolerate me, because he knew it would pass. Little goofball. She sure likes paper and critters, doesn't she? Do you use art in your lessons then, ever at all?
I don't know how I could do that with what I'm teaching now, but when I taught digital information technology, I was going to do a circuit light up card using, a circuit, teaching them how to do that. But, we never got around to doing it.
You just needed to call Amanda Stevens.
Yeah, that's much easier. I definitely like the hair brush.
It's much easier.
And fresh, easy lights. Let me grab a couple of markers.
Much easier. You don't have to do anything on hers except open up the battery. All right. All right. Cards that have never been made before. It's Craft Roulette specialty. No, cards that you would never have made ever in your whole life. It's Craft Roulette specialty. Okay, so we don't want to trap that pencil mark under there. We don't want this smudge that I just put on here. But looks like we got one. Hey, I should watch that class on Fun University about making boo-boos on your card that I just taught. Right, Chibitronics is a lot more teachy as far as and much better for STEM because they have the circuits you have to make. I think so.
Bought the copper tape. I bought the LED lights and all the stuff to make it, and then we never did it. I'm trying to remember why.
Shoot.
I am not the best person. I'm not the best colorer, so this is making me. Y'all see my hand shaking? Oh my goodness.
Oh no. It's fine.
A little off screen.
Oh, I'm off screen. Your hand shaking. It's a typical night here on Friday night.
I don't want to see zoomed in of me coloring, probably. This is not the best.
I'm pouncing because my ink's going to bleed or smear, so.
Are monkeys' hands lighter than the rest of their body?
I don't know. Human hands are more red than the rest. I do know that. So when you're painting a portrait, you always make hands a little redder.
Is it brown and tan? I hope, because that's
it's whatever you want. It's your monkey. You know, it's your circus and your monkey. But I think tan would look nice. It would stand out a little better. Oops, all that work and there it is.
Well,
whoop.
Do a little guy over here.
How are we doing now? If we put that there.
Are you almost done with your card?
Oh no. I have no idea what I'm doing quite yet, so we're still learning from it. We're still getting acquainted.
Oh, that's a tail.
I wanted to make this black and white on the front and open it and see the color. Yeah. There's method. Have the front be one color. Well, I actually got a nice smudge in here, so I may have to do another one or color him gray. Maybe just gray. Just make them really. I got time. I can do this. It's Friday night. We are grooving. I think I like my 4 squares. Okay, what do we have here? We've got inside, outside. I'm doing that fine. Any colors, I'm not really taking advantage of that nearly enough, but I'm okay with that. Critters, I am doing butterflies. And 4 square, I made my own little gingham. So that is good. And then I was going to color the inside. Now the thing with coloring these guys on the inside, I was going to paint it because I used this, which is good for watercoloring. I don't want it to get, I don't want it to bleed through, but you know, be that as it may. We'll just see what happens. It's Friday night. We can live wild, right?
I just realized I probably could have done something a little more colorful, but most critters are brown. Or at least the ones in this stamp set. Could have done a coral cat.
You could have. I really liked last week's unusual color parameter.
Yeah, me too. That was cool.
It was, somebody was saying that Crash Roulette makes them think outside the box. And I said, sometimes I think I push people outside the box, but then they kind of like the ride once they're out or while they're going out.
Oh my goodness.
Like, okay. It's not so bad outside that box.
Do you know how long it's been since I've colored? I have not used my Copics, and I can't even tell you it's been way too long.
Then the answer is too long.
Too long. Let me come in there. Get a little bit louder. Oh well.
How's it feel?
I feel like I'm off my game here.
Like riding a bicycle?
No.
No. Oh.
I guess because I'm put on the spot here.
It's a little different when you're here, huh? You're doing fine.
I'm used to usually just a simple stamp and pattern paper. That's my cards. I don't usually do a whole lot of this.
Well, there you are. We're pushing you out of that box. Are you enjoying that ride or not?
Yeah, I only have a little bit to do. I have colored an entire card with Copics. Like every single piece of it was colored with markers. So it's just been a long time.
Yeah. Well, sometimes you get reacquainted with a tool or a product and you reestablish your relationship and get a little bit of a ride with them for a while. I like that.
Thinking I need to do some classes. It'll be
all right. Are you, as a teacher, are you somebody that takes a lot of classes?
If it's something that I don't know how to do, then yeah, I'll take a class.
Uh-huh. Yeah. Continued education.
That's one thing I love about YouTube.
Isn't it something? It's just phenomenal. Because you have crafted a long time, as I recall.
Yes.
Since the womb. And it has changed. What are some of the things that you have liked in the changes over the millennia, so to speak?
Gosh, I guess more options. There's all different size cards now. There's cool gadgets that make life easier.
Lots of gadgets. You have a lot of gadgets. What is your favorite gadget?
Probably this thing.
Yeah. That has been a big game changer. I thought it a couple of weeks ago when Lydia was on, she told the story about how Ileana made her prototype and invented it. And it was really a great story. Very inspiring, actually. About seeing a need and going for it and helping people out. It's cool.
That is cool.
See, and then I'm going to glue those on, you open it up, and it's kind of groovy. Kind of a cool little twist to things. I can work on this until I destroy it, so.
Right. Does that look like a Polaroid?
It does.
Okay, because that was the plan, but
plan succeeded. Hey, now that you are not shaking about your picture or anything, I've got some questions for you.
Okay.
I did put in the Patreon blog, Kendra, don't peek because you are a patron. And I didn't want you getting the questions prematurely because it's improvisational card making, but it's also improvisational question asking. So, but we do have some wonderful questions for from our fabulous patrons. And they start with Gwen S., who is in the chatterbox right now as we speak. And this is a really good one. We haven't covered this. We covered this a little bit last time when you were on. How did or what inspired you to develop your card sketch challenge as the basis of your channel?
It was mainly because I had so much pattern paper and I did never use it. And I mean, before I mentioned on the last time I was on, my mom, I was making card kits for her and wasting a lot of pattern paper. And I'm like, there's got to be a better way to do this to where I can save some, I didn't want a whole lot of scraps. So that was pretty much how the idea began.
Yep.
Wanted to be able to make a bunch of cards with just limited supplies,
Yeah.
Now.
And then you decided to take it public.
Yes.
And was that your first YouTube channel or your first challenge then, or have you dabbled in others?
You mean
for you
on my YouTube channel, or I'm sorry, I didn't understand the question.
Whatever, just answer what. There's no extra credit for answering correctly. I don't know. So did you ever have another YouTube channel? Let's just start with that.
No, that me getting into YouTube, that was just a couple years ago.
Okay.
During COVID mainly.
Yeah. That sweet little COVID just started lots of little craft channels, didn't it? The craft channel explosion. So if somebody wanted to find out about your challenge, besides going to Craft Roulette to find your links, where would you suggest they go first?
Well, my YouTube channel explains the challenge.
Mm-hmm.
But there's links to my videos and all details on my website at cardsbykendra.com.
Oh, okay.
And then
so you've got a lesson plan for everybody.
Yeah, I guess you could say that.
Yeah. And I bet it's laid out like that, pretty thoroughly and well done. I like that. That is good. Yeah, I'd forgotten about your mom and your card kits. That was a good reminder. Are you still doing that? Is your mom making her own card kits now? Or are you still helping her?
Oh, did you hear that?
You okay? You okay?
I'm good.
Okay.
I got to drop a couple of things off of my little carousel. I hit it with my paper trimmer.
I think I make a lot of noise when I'm here by myself too. Well, one time I was here and I knocked my stool over.
That was an accident. I've got half of my craft room is a floral shop right now because my daughter's wedding is in 5 weeks.
That's right. That's right.
I'm limited on space. I'll cut a few more die cuts. I'll be right back.
Sure. Well, you are a wonderful person. Isn't going to make the card this week, but I think I'll do the make friends like you. I did this last week, didn't I? Friends like you. I get on a binge. Go on a bender. Friends like you. Make everything. I was hoping more colorful. I don't have that though. So sparklier. Oh, I could put some sparkle on it. Yeah, we got a plan. I say this about spilling. As I look behind me, I spilled my entire white paper scrap folder right before the show started. And there it is. It's still there. Just waiting for me. I don't have any little fairies that come along and clean up. Darn it. So, I think these parameters are great for everybody. If you've never made a card for Craft Roulette, or if you've made 123 cards for Craft Roulette, I think these are great parameters. So jump in, please. 160 is our record, and we came darn close this week again, which I was pretty surprised by because it was a holiday weekend. I thought, oh, we'll be real low this time, but nope. You guys rallied. Here we go. You make everything so sparkly. Whoops, I guess I don't have it. I'm talking like Yoda. Make everything, friends.
I like that.
Make everything, friends.
Be friends with everything.
Be friends with the world.
We got all colors in here. I've just done blue. Everything else is neutral.
Well, I didn't use a lot of colors either. I think that says something about us.
Completely with the glue. I hope that dries clear.
I'm wondering if that is that big a deal to have all the colors. Maybe it's just like, yeah, any colors you want. And here we are, just using very few. I think it's I'm sure there's a moral there. Grass is always greener on the other side. I don't know. That's not the moral. That's pretty pathetic. Oh, that's a good point, Heather. Sunflower Fields design holiday weekend means you have more time to craft. Well, there's that. That's true.
I'm still here. I'm just cutting out another one because I put too much glue on my...
Kendra, I can just hear your household. Kendra, we're going to be leaving here. Oh, I'm here. I'm just cutting out a few things to take on the road. Cordelia, and thinking of I know how you make your sketches. Cordelia Alderman asks, how long does it take to come up with a set of card sketches for your challenges? And if you hadn't found your sketch challenge, I probably wouldn't be utilizing my pattern paper like I do now, is what she says.
Aww.
Yeah, I know. It is good. It's good stuff.
It takes a while.
And you do it in the car.
Well, I usually do it in the car, but this time it usually takes me about a week. I mean, like many, many hours. Usually a full weekend plus 4 hours for an entire week before I have it all completely done.
That's some commitment.
It's a lot of work.
It's a lot of commitment to do all those kind of things. But I know people really appreciate it. It helps them enjoy their craft time. It's like a great big classroom that you don't have to, where you don't see the people. Friends like you. Maybe we do like you separate. Ooh, I don't know. Friend, this was too long to put on the front. Plan ahead. Make
pixie
everything.
Spray. That's what fell. I'm gonna go get the pixie spray off the floor. I hit my pixie spray with my paper trimmer. Let me go get that off the floor because I'm not gonna use glue again. I don't want to mess this one up.
Well, I don't know what we're doing here.
It just fell off the corner.
Planning ahead. That's good enough. We're good. We'll just have a little space there. Not traditional, but we've got inside outside. We don't have to do traditional, right? This is an art project. We can do our own thing. This will be a little trickier for people to photograph their cards. if you have an inside and outside to photograph. So we may have to. I don't know how to help you, but maybe there are people in the group that can help. Look, that's terrible. Let's try that again. Wipe it off.
Much better.
You're good? Oh, that's so cute. You're doing great.
I gotta find the little dot in my eye. I lost it. My tittle.
The tittle?
I'm telling you, I laughed so hard when I learned that that's what that meant. Or that's what
But we never laugh as hard as we did in 7th grade. And that's why 7th graders are so hard to deal with. The 7th graders are the ones that laugh the most in the world.
Enough glue there.
Off. Make everything sparklier. What happened to the other ones? Oh, she's Louise. She's Louise. That one's crooked.
I'm going to make this too girly because it's for my son.
Oh, it doesn't look girly. I don't think. How old is your son?
He'll be 17 on Friday.
Oh, that's just fine for him. He's probably kind of a monkey man, huh?
Yeah,
he's a little monkeyish.
He was a preemie. He was only 2 pounds when he was born.
Oh, my goodness. He was in a hurry. That's really small.
Yeah, he was 8 weeks early. I know I have just a happy stamp somewhere, but not one of these.
Friends like you. We put it on crooked on purpose because straight is too hard.
Those won't work.
Oops. Sometimes just holding things is hard.
I feel like it needs something around this. Then it won't look like a Polaroid. Around the edge here, I feel like it needs something.
What do you think, guys? A little... I think with the little edging that you have there, it kind of builds in a little frame on the image.
Yeah. I'll leave it alone. I need to find a happy stamp, though. Can I step away for 1 second? I really thought I had grabbed that, but I did not grab the happy part of this. Oh, my goodness. I know where one is. I'll be right back. 2 seconds.
All right. She's going to be right back. Gotta have the happy. That would have been terrible last week because that was one of our parameters. Okay. So sparklier. So I'm going to have to put something in there that's sparkly. Because these are dull butterflies. Kendra's doing awesome. I think she's doing awesome too, Deputy Heidi. I think she'd be kind of a nice teacher. What do you think? I think she gave us her teacher face last time she was on. It was scary.
Oh, it's too big. No.
Well, I have the last question for you to think about while you're looking for your happy. Because I think our timing will be good then. And it is the thoughtful question. Okay, the thoughtful question of the day by our dear friend Grandma Gay. And we did miss you last week, Grandma Gay. We didn't have a thoughtful question of the day, and it was just I didn't feel quite balanced. We did really, really miss you, and we're glad that you came to your senses and remembered us. But Grandma Gay asks, what one place in this wide, wide world would you go to purchase local art and craft supplies if you had the money to travel there, $1,000 spending money, and 3 total days to shop? Oh, you just handed her the keys to the kingdom right there. That's her paradise.
Wow. Oh my goodness. I have no idea.
Well, let's just start with where would you want to go? Where would your dream spot be? You've got 3 days to spend there. You live in a beautiful place.
Well,
Alrighty.
don't know. You're talking crafting, right?
Well, where in the world would you go to want to buy? To me, I'm interpreting it as wherever you want to go. Where would you like to go for something special? A 3-day weekend where you get to craft, buy craft supplies, and shop.
Gosh, I'd probably go down to like Orlando area because there's several companies that I love down there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But if I had to pick one, that would be hard. I love.
But you've got 3 days, and you've got $1,000 to spend, which is probably lower than your usual budget.
Wow. I guess I would probably pick. I could easily spend $1,000 in Hobby Lobby.
You were saying that you go to get the silk flowers for your daughter's wedding, but then you end up over in the paper supplies.
Yes, and oh my goodness, their clearance recently.
Yeah.
I have pretty much spent my limit.
Yeah. I went the other day and I was thankful I didn't look very closely because I thought, oh, look at all those yellow stickers or whatever they were. And I could get involved. But I just kind of moved on, so I didn't get involved too much. But so did you? $1,000 would be a pretty good. Would you go for stamps or inks, or what would you like to look for?
Oh gosh, I would probably go for dyes and.
That's a good idea.
And paper, even though I have plenty of
Oh, that paper. You can't get enough paper. Do you have a favorite paper brand that you like to use?
I really like the Nina Solar White, but for stamping and coloring. But as far as like my card bases, I use the Paper Studio. They're heavyweight cardstock.
Mm-hmm. So when you go to look for pattern paper, because that seems to be a reoccurring passion, do you look for geometrics? Do you look for theme papers? What do you like when you're picking? You've got a new student. She wants to know about pattern papers because you make such pretty things. What would you tell her to start? How would you tell her to start?
I would probably tell her to pick smaller patterns.
Yeah.
They make better cards, bigger patterns, even though they're beautiful. It's kind of hard to pair them up with other patterns without cutting off part of the image. You know what I mean?
I do. I put this on because of the back was shining, or it was showing through, and I didn't like the paint. So now I've got that plus this area. There we go. We're good. So we've got outside, inside, any colors, critters, 4 squares. I did it. I'm good. So, yep, I think that's a good idea. Just, I think the big patterns are really pretty. They're so tempting.
I've made cards with, the bigger patterns, but it's easier, especially with my card challenge, it's easier to use the smaller patterns.
Mm-hmm.
I like all the colors.
I find that's true with scrapbooking, though, too. I like very nondescript papers for scrapbooking. More textured than I do pattern. Just textured. and with a hint of pattern, but nothing. Well, you went ahead and figured out something anyway, didn't you?
Sorry, there's a glare.
It's hard to avoid.
This, I've got
He's going to like this.
Have to get a re-inker for this because, yeah, it's running low. But I seem to be getting it everywhere else but where I want it.
It happens. Like before and after. The category is before and after. On Wheel of Fortune, Mr. Producer was just saying, you make me happy birthday. Sounds like it says happy birthday, but then you open it up and it says you make me happy. It sounds like a Wheel of Fortune answer. And the category is before and after. I like it.
Before and after. Put that on the...
Before and after? Should that be a parameter?
Yeah.
That sounds hard. But it might be good.
Random.
Before and after. Ooh. Look at us with our blue cards.
We both made blue, didn't we?
We sure did. We sure did.
I like your card. That's pretty.
Well, and then it opens up and it's prettier. And they're sparkly. So, friends like you, I just realized, I just thought, oh no, what if I put the order wrong? Make everything sparklier. So you want to walk us through? I'll walk us through my card. I already did kind of, but we're going to do it again because I'm here. This is outside, inside. I cut a part of the front of an A2 card off so that I could have butterflies, which are my critters, on the outside in just plain old black and white. And then I add some color to them on the inside. I didn't go wacko crazy with a whole bunch of colors, but I'm happy with the ones I did. The 4 square that I chose was by making a gingham pattern with a diagonal stencil. And I also put a top fold A2 on the back to hide the watercolor that came through. So that's my card for $129. Woohoo! And your card, you want to give us a little bit of a walkthrough? Hold her up a little bit and so we can see it up close. Oh, she's going to get something on there. Is it your tittle?
Can't even say it without laughing. It's stuck in my thumb. Okay, I'll worry about this.
Tittle.
This thing later.
My thumbs are all tittles.
Now I gotta find it because I think I just flung it somewhere. Okay, so my 4 square.
Mr. Producer says, "Don't fling your tittle."
No tittle flinging.
Sorry, my laugh can be very loud and annoying. So I have lots of squares.
You do.
But,
I'm going to hold it up just a little bit so we can see a good picture of it. There we go. Perfect.
There we go. So outside it says happy birthday. Inside it says you make me happy. And my critter are these cute little monkeys. Critters.
Darling.
And yeah, my one color that's, not neutral is blue. I could have done something way
I think there's a lesson there.
When you're put on the spot, this is, it was easy. This was easy.
I like it. I think it's as cute as can be. I don't think you'll get any pushback on how cute that is.
Well,
it's really nice. Yeah. Was it easier this time? At least your dies worked and everything?
Yes, this was easier than last time. Last time I was frustrated with the die that I used.
It was a perfect die, though. It really was. But man alive, made it hard for you. That's good. All right. Well, you go find your tittle. And we will, we're going to tell everybody else how they can play. Give a tittle in a haystack. And we're going to tell about who's coming up and thank our patrons and give some stuff away. If you sent in a card last week, please stick around to see if you won. You guys have been really good about claiming your prizes, and I don't blame you. They're great. So, let's see. You want to play along. I don't know what's going on my screen. If you want to play along, you're going to want to include those 4 parameters: inside, outside, inside, any colors you want, critters, and 4 square. You can make your own art project. Use your own interpretation. If it is a little bit odd, please explain it to us in the description. It helps us a lot. And take a some great pictures of it. It's going to be a little bit tricky with the inside and outside, but we'll try to figure out how to help you with that. And to get it on one image and send it to the form on craftroulette.live before Sunday night at midnight. And if you want a little more time, we let you buy time right here on Craft Roulette. You can be a patron of any level and have an extended submission period till Thursday night. Oh my gosh, that's a long time. And they come in too. It's really fun to I kind of watch and I go, "Oh, we haven't heard from." And then pretty soon they pop right in there with a beautiful card. So it's awesome and wonderful. Because you do want to play along, because that's how you are eligible for the prizes. Okay, upcoming guests, we have Caitlin Anthony. She did a wonderful process video on 128, as did Carmen Broskma, and check those out. You can just go to episode 128 and check those out. I said that. See, that's one of those. I said it again. Leslie Oman is coming in from Scotland. Well, she's not coming in. She's going to come in over the waves or links or whatever, however the internet works. She's coming fiberly. She's going to come over the fibers, and I'm not talking bran flakes. On the week after that, then we have our sweet buddy Ardith is going to come in at the end of the month to round out the wonderful September. Linda is going from iCrafter, will be joining us in October, as will Michelle Lupton from Australia. Oh man, that's a good lineup. If you don't know these folks, they're awesome crafters. Stay tuned later in the show. Stay tuned later in the show. I hate it when I do things like that. We do want to thank our patrons, and we do want to thank Mr. Producer for updating our patron board. Look at that. You can see how many months now they have been a patron. Pretty cool. And it matches our website, which is beautiful, a little better. Thank you, patrons. We do want to thank you. Make sure that you go over to the website, craftroulette.live, on Patron Extras and get on that card exchange. It's so cool. There's like a place where you can put your own interests so we can get to know you better. You can put your birthday month, and then it flags people on their birthday month so we know when it's your birthday. You can look up people by their birthday. We have
21 people signed up.
We have 21 people already? Way to go, you guys. That's wonderful. And I've got 4 cards over there right now, ready to go. So, for birthday people. I don't want to tell anybody. And Buell's already got a card submitted. We're on a roll.
We have 3 cards
in. Look at that. We have 3 cards already? Uh-huh. I think you like the parameters. How many do you think we'll end up with then? If we've got 3 already, and I'm not even off the show... Well, stay tuned, watch and see what happens, and then join us next week at 6:10 for the Tailgate Slideshow when we watch and admire them all. Thank you, patrons. We really do appreciate you. Tons. I'm repeating myself. Tons. Hey, that means giveaway time, and we got a lot to give away. We do. So, Mr. Producer has all these wonderful little these little slides for our giveaways, for our giveaways. And apparently I usually did them in one order. He put the slides in that order, and then last week I changed the order. So now I'm not supposed to say what I'm giving away, and I'm letting him direct me instead. And I'm glad I remembered that. So the rules are, if you sent in a card last week, your name will be on that little thing that is about to go around and spin. Winners have 48 hours. You need to contact me using the contact form on craftroulette.live. Not all prizes can be shipped internationally. All the gift cards, I think, are. And what else? Use the contact form. Don't do anything. Don't give me a call. Don't text me. Don't direct message me. Use the contact form because it goes to a special area in my email so that I don't miss it. All right? All right. Here we go. What are we going to give away? Official prize. Oh, a goodie bag. We're going to give away a goodie bag full of fun things donated by our wonderful friends. They're awesome. This one is U.S. Unless it's in Canada, sometimes we work a deal. Because we're wheelers and dealers. Russ is the head gun. He was the first son of a gun. Gina Smith, Goodie Bag 1, the OG original giveaway. Gina Smith, I bet you'll want that. That's true. I lied. The goodie bag is not the OG, it's the GB. But let's see what we're giving away next. Oh, now this is the OG, the handmade card with an itty bitty gift. Let's see who gets this. This is all over the world. There's so much to learn here. I would have failed craft roulette school. Good thing I've just come up in the ranks and they can't kick me out. This is my room. Here we go. Folding. Yahoo! She's right up there in really high numbers too. She has sent in so many cards. She sent in a beautiful card this last week, and had blue flowers, and that was her unusual colors. And she had a little banner across. It was an easel card. It was outstanding. Very nicely done, Feline. So glad that you won a OG. OG. Do you want to do another gift bag before or can I do that? Okay, okay. Threw that one in there. It was striking. You remember it too, don't you, Deputy Heidi? Deputy Heidi is our enforcement wing of the show. Part of it. We have the corrupted police, craft roulette police. Oh, he's the chief. I forget. Lisa Taylor. I've got some stuff for you. You make sure you let me know, girl. I think you will. You're usually right around, hanging around the craft roulette corner. So thank you. Now, where are we going to give away what gift certificate? Prickly Pear. It's already up there. Okay, Prickly Pear. We sure enjoyed Sharon last week, didn't we? I was looking on her site today, too. She's got a lot of stuff. Prickly Pear's been around for a long time. So they have a lot of stamps and dies and all sorts of stuff to choose from. Carmen, how nice. I better put you in the right place. Carmen, who I just mentioned, does do really sweet little videos for us. It is fun. She has a fun time doing craft roulette. She likes to do the videos, and I like watching them. So one time she took us into her bathroom. All right. You never know about craft roulette. Hefty Doodle is going to give us away. No, she's not going to give us away. Hefty Doodle is going to give us something. Hefty Doodle. That's where you put the cards that don't work, in the Hefty Doodle bag. Amy Moore. She's new to craft roulette. How fun. But I've known about her for a long time. Well done. Let me know. craftroulette.live on the contact form. One more to the maker of Misty, My Sweet Petunia, who has their fingers crossed. You can't craft when your fingers are crossed. But I wish you well. Thank you all for sending in cards. From the House of DeTizio come our clothing line for Mr. Mike. And Arlene DeTizio has won the gift certificate to My Sweet Petunia. Cool. That's great. I think she has a very special spot in our hearts. She's been around for a while, and she's just a little cutie. So congratulations to you all. Thank you all for sending in cards. I look forward to those 3 that are already there and a whole bunch more. All right. Shall we bring her back? I think she's ready. She's smiling. She's relaxed. Her shoulders are down, and she is ready to go. You made it through. You made a really cute card.
Thank you.
How do you know if it's a cute card or not? How do you judge if you like it or not?
I don't
It's a hard
know.
question because it's so
That is a
subjective.
hard question.
Right? It is. It is. Do you have any kind of... Do you usually like do a center focal point kind of thing, or do you ever get wild and put it in the corner?
I have all over the place. If you look at my sketches, I try to change it up.
You do, and you can see that in your sketches. But it is fun to think of those things. What makes a card cute? And it's subjective because it's a little art project, and some people will look at something and go. But then the next person will look at it and go, "Oh, that's so cute. I love it." And it's just like when you walk into TJ Maxx and you look at all the clothes, most of them I go, because they don't have Craft Roulette merchandise at TJ Maxx. But most of it I don't even, it doesn't catch my eye. But then there's something about those, a shirt that I like or something, it's funny how tastes go and styles. I have no answer, but anyway,
I like seeing everybody's style. That's what I enjoy. Too. I love seeing everybody's cards and how different they are, and I think it's cool.
I do too, and there's something to like about every one of them. Some of them, you just go, "Well, I've never seen that on a card. That's a cool idea. Wish I had thought of it. Darn." Sometimes you think, I got to remember that, got to use that, Oh, an acetate card. How long has it been since I saw an acetate card? I got to try that again. So it also just makes your brain go back and go, yeah, I've done that. I'm going to do that again too. It's kind of cool that way. When you have 154 cards to look at all in one place, you can get some magnificent ideas. So, well, I think it's time to call it a night. What do you say?
Sounds good.
You ready? I'm ready. You guys, send in those cards, would you? I want to see something from everybody. It would be a great treat for us all. Send in those contact forms if you won. And it's time to kiss our brains. Do you have your students doing that yet?
No, that's a great idea.
When they learn something, kiss your brains. You can have all your little high school students going, "What?"
They'd look at me like I was crazy.
They would. But then pretty soon they'd start liking it because it feels good. There's something about it. Yeah. Thank you so much, Kendra. Thank you so much, Chatterbox. Thank you, Mr. Producer. Thank you, family, for letting me have my Friday nights with you guys every Friday night. It's wonderful. Guys, stay safe. Thanks for being here. Stay safe, and everybody. We'll see you Tuesday on Fun University, Friday next week with Caitlin Anthony. Sayonara.